This is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here with, well, I guess it's time for another one of these videos as of now, so... Okay, yeah, I think it has been quite a short amount of time since after my previous response/rant type of video as normal, but trust me, I have every good reason to actually make this video for sure, because, well, this is something I've been wanting to work on for, quite frankly, pretty much for the past few weeks now, given to the news that have actually dropped, and I figure now is a good time for me to bring this up for this video as of now. But before I begin, I hope all of you guys are enjoying the pretty much the beginning of February this year as of now, seeing how January is already came and gone as we speak. And I guess you know what that means, right? That's right, I guess it's time to prep ourselves up for Valentine's Day once again, whether it be pretty much with, of course, a woman that you love or a man that you love. If you're actually a part of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm only saying that because I have full respect for that Sega community, so full-on support for all of you guys as always, so. But moreover, I guess it looks like, I guess it seems like pretty much in my books, my girlfriend Casamelli has already started off this month quite well with, of course, her birthday for sure. And I do hope one of the things she's doing for her birthday this year is actually checking out the first episode of the brand new Pretty Cure anime that just dropped very recently. So, I mean, hey, I can't blame her because, well, it actually does look awesome, I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, I think it's actually a really great way to celebrate her birthday. Getting to check out the latest Pretty Cure anime that just dropped not too long ago, but yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked as of now, so yeah, I kind of figure for today's video, I'm sure a lot of you guys have actually heard the news that pretty much seeing how this year marks exactly 80 years since my childhood icon Thomas the Tank Engine is gonna be celebrating for, of course, this year for sure. There's, of course, a lot of good opportunities, including one of the main reasons for today's video is, of course, the new lineup of merchandise that we've been getting for sure. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I decided to talk about for today's video for sure. So yeah, I guess I made no big secret that if you have seen my videos for quite a long time, you would definitely know that when I first started out, I've actually devoted a good chunk of my videos to my childhood icon, Thomas the Tank Engine, and why the hell shouldn't I for sure? I think pretty much I, alongside plenty of other people, have actually grown up with Thomas for a long time now, and we even take the time to devote everything on the internet, including videos here on YouTube, devoted to the Little Blue Tank Engine for sure, whether it be for better or for worse, hands down. Which I can definitely make the same argument for the show for sure, and yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So I kind of figure that seeing how this year will mark exactly 80 years since after Thomas the Tank Engine first started, particularly through the original Railway series books for sure, there's a lot of great opportunities as of how to help celebrate that occasion for sure. In fact, currently as of now, for one of my financial goals hands down, I am currently in the process to actually get my hands on almost every single Thomas the Tank Engine DVD that's been released out there for some time to hopefully add to my collection, to which thankfully I've already got myself off to a good start with, of course, two DVD sets that I got off of eBay not too long ago, those being Best Tales on the Tracks, which was one DVD box set I was really excited to get, and I finally got it in my hands, alongside Steam Engine Stories, which contains 3 DVDs I've been wanting to get: Come Ride the Rails, Track Stars, and Tales from the Tracks. So yeah. I was really quite thrilled when I actually got those 2 DVD box sets for sure, and I'm really glad to pretty much add it to my collection for sure. And as of now, with one exception I've decided to make, is that I'm currently waiting on my DVD copy of course, the Royal Engine that's released in the UK that will be coming to me later on this month for sure. So again, I'm really excited to actually get that for sure. With hopefully some other ones that I can hopefully get in my hands for sure to add alongside all the other Thomas DVDs that I currently own as of now. And with, of course, one being that I am hoping to get myself a fresh DVD copy of Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, to which I did originally own on VHS, but I sadly lost the tape, hands down, leaving only the sleeve as described in, of course, one of my What the Pickup episodes. To which, thankfully, yeah, I do notice there are some listings for it on eBay, but the one I found, for while I am really quite thrilled, it is quite listed. Why does it have to be so goddamn expensive for one? So, but yeah, either way, I'm hoping to get that figured out, hands down, and that's definitely one of my financial goals, hands down, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the lineup of course, all sorts of new merchandise that we're getting as part of the 80th anniversary that had just dropped, including pretty much a few that had, that pretty much is, of course, one of the main reasons why I decided to make this video. And just to be clear, I've decided to pretty much pull out, yeah, I think if anything, I've decided to use Thomas Merch News on Twitter as my source to, of course, find some of the merchandising stuff that I'm going to be talking about in this video, hands down, for sure. And to be fair, I'm not going to go through all of them, hands down, that have been announced for sure. I'm only going to go through the ones that are brought up the most, hands down, so that way we can actually get a full judgment on, of course, what will actually be in for, hands down. So yeah. And yeah, why the hell shouldn't I for sure? Because if anything, aside from the show itself, Thomas the Tank Engine has actually been doing quite well in terms of merchandise for sure. So yeah. I guess there's a lot to go through, so I think I might as well go through the best ones by far. So I guess for starters, yeah, and again, keep in mind, I'm only going to go through some very briefly, and seeing how those are the ones that are brought up the most, hands down, I am going to pretty much talk about them briefly and give off my full-on analysis and, of course, my first impressions on, of course, why I'm actually going to be in for hands down, as, of course, plenty of other YouTubers have already talked about pretty much these merchandise announcements in their own videos in much greater detail, So yeah, and I guess if anything, to really kick this off, hands down, I've actually decided to start off with, of course, the pretty much the one thing that is brought up the most, and that being, of course, the brand new motorized Thomas from Trackmaster. Now, to be honest, I haven't really been a big fan of Trackmaster nowadays, for sure, because if anything, I really didn't like the direction, of course, what they're going for, hands down, that what led to me not collecting any more, hands down. But the new motorized Thomas that they just dropped based on the image right here and then, I really do think it's actually quite fascinating. I really am digging, of course, why I'm actually seeing by far, and I think it's a really great way to, of course, have Trackmaster return to one of their roots, hands down, and yeah, I can definitely see myself get behind all of the hands down, so yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it would be something that great in my opinion, but I do think it's actually looking pretty good, hands down, and who knows, maybe it might turn out great once it's finally out, for sure, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. Now, for the next thing is, of course, that, pretty much, if anything, we should now go ahead and move on to, of course, play along, hands down for sure. And to be honest, I haven't really collected any play along, push along Thomas merchandise hands down, because I'm not really that into it hands down. But the new one they just dropped with, of course, pretty much with Thomas with all sorts of rubies and stuff. Seeing how it is part of Mattel's ruby collection that they're pushing out as we speak. I am actually quite fascinated, I'm not gonna lie, and I really do think they really do have a good sense of charm thrown into it. So I guess if anything, I really do dig, of course, what they actually did hands down for sure, and I really do think there might be some strong possibilities on that hands down for sure. Probably not much, but still some really good possibilities that I can actually admire hands down. So yeah, that's pretty much what I could say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, pretty much those for starters for sure. But I guess we might as well move on to the next thing I should mention for sure, and I think it's time to shift gears for once and go for something revolving around model trains for sure. So yeah, and I guess if anything, we might as well start that off with, of course, a little something from Lionel for sure. Now, say what you will about Lionel in its entirety for sure, that I guess, to be honest, their Thomas & Friends range, from what I can gather, for while I can't necessarily say it's by all means the best in my opinion, I do think Lionel were in fact trying to actually make it look good, hands down. But I guess if anything, I can't fault them for that, hands down. I knew they wanted to try to give off something really great, hands down, and that's fine from what I can gather. I can't necessarily say that Lionel is, of course, the best in terms of their Thomas & Friends range. In fact, most of the stuff they actually did are actually way better than that, while others, yeah, I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on hands down. But I guess if anything, I guess seeing how they wanted to jump in on this special occasion, they actually did push out a couple of brand new box cars they actually did, themed entirely to Thomas, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, detail-wise, they really actually do look pretty good, hands down for sure. I really do think they have some really nice uniqueness, and of course some really nice charm to it to really make it all the more interesting for sure. And I guess it's no big surprise on that front, because if anything, boxcars is definitely the one thing Lionel has, of course, done in terms of rolling stock amongst plenty of others, hands down. So yeah, I guess if anything, the boxcars they actually did themed to Thomas are actually really nicely done in terms of detail, and I really do think they really did a fantastic job all the way for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So, yeah, I guess pretty much of anything with those that I've actually mentioned as of now, those actually are actually really great, hands down. But I think we might as well get right on to the real good stuff, hands down for sure. Hence why it is, of course, one of the main reasons why I've decided to make this video for sure. And that being, of course, some of the new models and stuff that we're going to be getting from Bachmann trains. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess if anything, for while I rarely collect any Thomas & Friends merchandise nowadays for sure, the one thing I have really stuck with hands down would definitely have to be pretty much Bachmann trains with their Thomas & Friends range for sure. And yeah, to me, I really do think they have really done an impressive job with, of course, pretty much in serving Thomas & Friends justice for sure. And yeah. I think, I guess if anything, I've even, pretty much devoted my entire layout to, of course, pretty much, all of my Bachmann Thomas strains that I currently own as of now, and even the majority of my videos that I've actually done on my channel over the years have actually been revolving around my Bachmann Thomas models for a long time, for sure. Probably, I dare even say, way more than any of the other pieces of merchandise that I owned prior to Bachmann that I did before, such as, of course, Wooden Railway, Trackmaster, TOMY, Plarail, or even Urgle for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. And boy, I guess for the 80th anniversary special occasion for sure, Bachmann has got some really great stuff coming out for sure that I'm really excited for, hands down. And again, I won't go through all of them, hands down. I'm only going to go through the ones that are brought up the most for sure. Now, I guess for starters, in terms of rolling stock, we're not only going to get a 7th troublesome truck for sure, to which seeing in a nice ventilated van is actually really quite nice, and I do hope it will actually work out quite well. But we're also going to be getting a brand new milk tanker car for sure, to which, well, I mean, obviously it's nothing compared to, of course, the regular Timoth milk tanker van that we actually got before, which still turned out great. Yeah, I guess it's probably not that bad from what I can gather for sure. In fact, I guess if anything, yeah, I guess it's fine for what it is. Nothing really anything that spectacular in my opinion, hands down. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the couple of rolling stock, hands down. I'm a little bit mid on, of course, the new milk tanker van that we're currently getting, but I'm really excited for the 7th troublesome truck that we're going to be getting, hands down. I think it's going to turn out great, hands down. In fact, I already know I'm going to be putting it alongside all the other troublesome trucks that I actually got beforehand for sure, because, yeah, we all know on how troublesome those trucks are in the show, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. But I think it's time that we actually get to the real good stuff, hands down. Now, I guess for starters is to have pretty much of anything, aside from, of course, the mainline engines that we've been getting in HO scale, you have noticed that Bachmann is already pushing out the narrow gauge engines as of now, with, of course, playing for the characters from, of course, that lineup, hands down, those being Scarlotti, Renegas, Pierce, Sam, and that's just to name me a few, alongside plenty of other rolling stock, hands down. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was really quite thrilled when we actually got those hands down, and I knew right away that hopefully later on down the road, aside from getting all the engines in HO scale on the regular, I am hoping to actually get some N scale stuff hands down, so that way I can actually get the narrow gauge engines later on down the road for sure. That's my biggest hope by far for sure. And luckily enough, one of the characters that they announced, Sir Handel, has been in the works for a long time, and well, after much anticipation, we finally got some full-on pictures of course, the actual Sir Handel model we're going to be getting, and by God, it looks absolutely amazing, hands down. I really do think they did an incredible job in making Sir Handel look like the character from the show himself, and by all means, I'm really excited for that model, hands down. It definitely looks absolutely marvelous all the way, and I really do think they did an incredible job and of course making Sir Handel look great, hands down for sure. So I'm really excited to see on how that's gonna do once it's actually finally released as we speak. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, on that front, hands down. And I think think we might as well move up a couple of gauges for once. As a little something we got from, of course, in the G-scale lineup for sure, is that they have confirmed the LBSC Thomas model that they released into HO scale beforehand is finally getting released onto G-scale as we speak now. Now, to be fair, I am fully aware of course, the large-scale Thomas models that Bachmann is already making, hands down, and I will have to say, they actually did do an incredible job with, of course, those models, hands down, but given to how expensive they are, and I don't have any large-scale Bachmann stuff for me to have for sure, I think it's very unlikely that I'll actually get those hands down. But I'm really glad to see that the LBSC Thomas model that came out beforehand is finally going to be getting the G-scale treatment, hands down, for sure. I mean, really think about this for a second. There we go. Yeah, I think looking back on, of course, the one I got in HO scale, that was, of course, given to me by my friend Trainboy54, alongside the one with speed activating sound, hands down. I stand by my word in saying that this model, as you can see here, still looks absolutely amazing, hands down. Yeah, I guess if anything, I think it's not just pretty much a different Bachmann Thomas model, hands down, or should I say the exact same version of the Bachmann Thomas model that we got beforehand, but with a different coat of paint. Yeah, but with a different coat of paint and stuff. No, I actually see this as a different version of pretty much the Bachmann Thomas that we all know and love. Still the same character, but just a different version, hands down. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think I know pretty much if anything, it is quite nice, yes, but I guess it is pretty much, it is always nice to go for a different variation, hands down, and I think that's exactly what they did with, of course, this one, hands down, amongst plenty of others. And I know a lot of people are saying that they should probably remake Thomas's face, hands down, in not just this, but also the older Bachmann Thomas model that came out years and years ago when they first started. I mean, I guess to be honest, for my judgment, I don't think they need to remake the face for sure. I think it's pretty much fine the way it is, hands down, so your argument is invalid. Including you, Swordor Productions. You jackass. You motherfucking jackass. Yeah, that's right, Swordor Productions. Go fuck yourself. So, but yeah, regardless on that, I still think the HO version that we got is still actually great. So I'm really excited to see on how they're going to do with, of course, this model, but in G-scale, hands down. So yeah, we'll just put you right back. So yeah, there we go. So, but yeah, I guess if anything, those actually, what I can say, of course, that front, but nothing. I mean, nothing could compare to the one thing I am really excited for in terms of the Bachmann Thomas and Friends range for sure. And I guess if anything, it is one of the main reasons why I decided to make this video, hands down, is that, well, I guess in terms of the HO scale that Bachmann is well known for their Thomas and Friends range for sure, there is pretty much a few things that I'm really excited for, hands down, that really got me hyped up for sure. Hence why I decided to make this video, is that they have not only confirmed a couple of vans and stuff for the 80th anniversary, one for, of course, yeah, one van being in the 1945 style for when the franchise first started. Yeah, and the other one being in the retro style Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends logo, which I am really quite thrilled. But believe it or not, they have officially confirmed an entire Thomas the Tank Engine 80th anniversary set, hands down. So So yeah, those that I've actually mentioned alone is of course what got me really hyped up as we speak for sure. Now I guess if anything for the set for starters, I will have to say, holy shit, I think they really pulled it off quite well, hands down, because based on what I'm actually seeing, the set itself actually looks amazing based on my first impressions, hands down. I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, hands down, I think they really want to make it look absolutely incredible, hands down, and boy, it is every definition of the word incredible, hands down, because yeah, I guess you could definitely view it as just a regular old saga for starters, which I know is exactly what we're gonna get, hands down, and I'm not complaining, of course, that front. But what really got me excited, hands down, is, of course, pretty much the models and stuff that we're gonna be getting, hands down, for sure. And I guess if anything, just from the look of it alone, pretty much based on, of course, the image alone from, of course, Bachmann's official catalog that is dropped not too long ago, for sure. I guess if anything, Thomas, from what I can gather, actually looks amazing, hands down, for sure, with, of course, not only the same amount of paintwork as normal, and, of course, all sorts of detail and stuff, but also the buffers and stuff being entirely gray, hands down. I'm not gonna lie, it's just absolutely incredible, hands down. And I guess a lot of you guys may be confused on the fact on why Thomas's buffers are, of course, gray for, of course, this set. Well, of course, believe it or not, that is, of course, how it was depicting it, of course, pretty much in the cover of course, or should I say one of the illustrations from, of course, Thomas's book in the original Railway series books, hands down, for sure. In fact, they actually, yeah, if you actually did look at the catalog itself, hands down, you can definitely see that they actually included the image alone of course, Thomas from the original Railway series books, hands down, So yeah, that alone is, of course, what got me hyped up, hands down, for sure. And I think it is actually a really bold move for a Bachmann, hands down. I guess this is something that me and plenty of others have been wanting to see for the 8th anniversary, hands down. In fact, I dare even say, I think that maybe Bachmann has already got that in the works for well over a year, well ahead of the 8th anniversary celebration that we're getting as of now. So yeah. And I guess that's saying a whole lot because usually a Bachmann Thomas model would definitely take about a year or two to actually plan out and, of course, design and release, hands down, for sure, right? So I can make the same argument for, of course, the set, hands down. I bet Bachmann has already got that in the works for many years now, and they're waiting for the right time to actually get that out, to which, thankfully, they did for, of course, this year for sure, so... And another thing, too, is that, based on what I've actually seen, for what I do understand that Bachmann only wants to keep itself limited to, of course, the TV show, hands down, I'm glad that they're acknowledging the original Railway series books for, of course, this set, hands down, and that alone is, of course, what got me excited for that set, hands down, for sure, so yeah. I guess that alone is, of course, what really got me thrilled for sure. I'm really excited to see on how they're going to pull it off, hands down. Now, as for the 8th anniversary vans that we're going to be getting, that too is, of course, another thing that I'm really excited for, hands down, for sure. In fact, if anything, pretty much for the 1945 one, again, I think this is actually a really bold move from Bachmann, seeing how the franchise first started in 1945 with, of course, the Railway series books for starters, and the retro logo, I will have to say, is also a really nice addition, hands down, because if anything, pretty much, if anything, that's how the TV show first started back in the day. It wasn't just called Thomas and Friends back when it first started. It actually had the full name Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, hands down for sure. And I find that to be absolutely amazing, hands down for sure. And in fact, if anything, that's actually the title that we all know and love. Well, of course, the show was released onto VHS back in the day. And even I'll admit that, hands down for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, for the 80th anniversary Vans that we're getting, that alone is, of course, a really nice, good sense of nostalgia, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really excited to see those two, pretty much once they're finally out as we speak, so yeah, you can definitely see why I've actually wanted to devote part of this video to those two, hands down. I'm really excited for both of those, hands down, for sure. Yeah, both of the Vans and the 80th anniversary set, I'm really hyped for, hands down, and I think it's gonna be well worth the wait, hands down. And I could go on and on with other Bachmann Thomas models that I haven't mentioned that they're also gonna be releasing as we speak. But again, in terms of Bachmann trains, those are the best ones that I can actually mention as we speak. Now, as for the pretty much for the final thing I should mention, that being, of course, Plarail. Yeah, that alone is, of course, another thing I should mention because, if anything, they've not only confirmed a full-on pack, hands down, but again, sort of similar to, of course, the Bachmann 80th anniversary saga that we're going to be getting. They have confirmed a new Plarail Thomas toy, hands down, but it is entirely themed to the Thomas from the original Railway Series books, hands down, to which, again, I really do think is actually a bold move, hands down, and from the looks of it alone, pretty much the Plarail Thomas they showed off looks amazing. I really do think they really gave off some nice bit of detail for sure, and I'm really excited to see on how that's gonna pull off, hands down. So yeah, and the 80th anniversary pack that we're going to be getting as well, that too actually does look pretty good in my opinion. In fact, I think it actually is a little something that I know, hands down, that I'm really looking forward to, hands down. And again, I think it would be like any other Plarail Thomas pack that came out beforehand, for sure. The ones that we all saw coming, but still turned out good, hands down, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front, for sure. So, and yeah, I guess those are all the ones that I actually can mention as we speak. Again, I know that there's plenty of other ones out there for sure that I'm really looking forward to, hands down, but those are the ones that I've actually brought up. Yeah, those are the ones that I think are brought up the most, hands down. So yeah, and I guess in terms of the lineup of merchandise that we're going to be getting, based on my first impressions, they actually do look really great, hands down, and I'm really hyped up for them to actually see on how they're going to pull off, hands down. So that would lead to the ultimate question, out of all the ones that I've actually mentioned, hands down, what are some of the ones that I'm really excited for, hands down? Well, I could definitely name me a few, hands down, and of course, if anything, my most anticipated Thomas merchandise pieces that I am looking forward to, hands down, would not only be the Plarail 80th anniversary Thomas that we're going to be getting, but also pretty much a good chunk of course, the stuff from Bachmann, those being the Sir Handel model we're going to be getting, and moreover, the ones that I'm really hyped for the most would be the 80th anniversary, the 80th anniversary Vans, and of course the 80th anniversary set, hands down. So yeah, and don't worry, all the other ones are actually really good, hands down, but the ones I've actually mentioned are the ones that I'm really hyped for, hands down, for sure. Those, I will have to say, I'm really looking forward to, hands down. I think they're really gonna pretty much be well worth it once they're actually released to the public, hands down. So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, those ones I've actually mentioned, I'm really excited for hands down for sure. Now, I guess if anything, will I end up getting any of these hands down? Oh, absolutely, for sure. So yeah, and I guess I knew, aside from, of course, getting a good chunk of the Thomas DVDs that I currently don't own as we speak, all the ones that I've actually mentioned for sure, I do think there is a strong possibility, hands down, and well, to be fair, I'm not going to get every single one of them that I've actually mentioned in this video hands down. I'm only going to pretty much go for a few select ones that I'm really excited for hands down for sure. And who knows, maybe some of them might turn out great, some of them might not, but we'll have to wait and see later on down the road. But regardless on that, I'm really looking forward to these items coming up, and who knows, maybe they might be worth it for me to cover on WTPU, aka What the Pickup, later on down the road for sure. But we'll definitely have to wait and see what happens for sure. It might change over time, but we may never know, so. But regardless on that, like I said, the Plarail 80th Anniversary Thomas, the Bachmann handle, alongside the 80th Anniversary Vans and the 80th Anniversary set are my most anticipated ones, hands down. I'm really looking forward to them regardless for sure. So yeah. And I guess if anything, pretty much if anything, with all that said and done, I think it will show that me, alongside plenty of others, still want to show love and support to Thomas the Tank Engine for sure. And I think it's hard to say on where we're going to be at with the hands down, given for the fact that All Engines Go is currently on its fourth season as of now. So, and given to the animation studio behind it and where its future is at right now, is questionable, but hey, we may never know, hands down. But I still know my love for Thomas will still continue on strong, especially with, of course, the original still having a place in my heart, hands down. So yeah, I do want to still show love and support to my childhood icon, hands down, and I do want to keep on going with it, hands down. So yeah, and I'm really excited to see on what any of these items that we're going to be getting will offer later on down the road for sure. So it'll be hard to say if any one of them will be good, but I think it'll be well worth it in the end for sure. So yeah, but I'm really looking forward to seeing on how they'll do hands down. So I guess for me, I'll be looking forward to the anticipated models that, the anticipated items that I'm going to be getting for sure. While I still pretty much still want to continue on my ongoing quest for most of this year to get every single Thomas DVD release in the US for sure. And I guess I know a lot of you guys may be asking, will I do anything after that? Well, I guess if anything, yeah, I think hopefully afterwards I might actually get the complete seasons on DVD that's released exclusively in the UK for sure, but we'll definitely see what comes up, hands down, so we may never know, so. But until then, the anticipated items that I've actually mentioned, I'm excited to see hands down, because if anything, I knew, if anything, pretty much Thomas the Tank Engine is going to be having a pretty interesting 80th anniversary, so I think we might as well celebrate that special occasion by getting some really awesome new merchandise that we're looking forward to, hands down. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, and for that, I think it's an appropriate way to end this video here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and I think I want to ask all of you guys, what are some of the Thomas the Tank Engine 80th Anniversary merchandise that you're excited to get, hands down? So yeah, let me know down in the comments down below to see what you guys think, hands down, and what are some of the ones that you're excited for, hands down. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and, well, I guess given to the ones I'm excited for, hands down, I think I might as well get out my wallet and actually do some shopping to finally get some of these items for sure. Or hey, at least until they're actually released hands down, but we'll definitely have to wait and see. But until then, I've got plenty more videos coming up very soon, so definitely be on the lookout for those. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with SamTheThomasFan1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.